Throughout this learning line, we've made work streams with clear beginning and endpoints. Now, a subprocess is a fragment of a work stream. They exist to give knowledge workers the opportunity to retouch or update data. An example would be to update an inspection 6 months after it occurred. Another example can be found in an expense approval use case. An expense approval request may need to be resubmitted because something changed. Now, a subprocess is just like a workstream. The three main differences are: users can manually invoke subprocesses. Processes can invoke subprocesses for doing something that both the stream and the subprocess have in common, such as calculating a score. And 3, subprocesses can be accessed in the user interface from a button in a record's details. And we're going to explore all 3 situations at this skill station. So let's start by going to our stream definition canvas and checking out our safety inspection workstream. If you didn't check in the workstream at the last skill station after you concluded your testing, go ahead and check it in now so we can have a fresh start. Enter your checkout comments. And now let's clone the stream. On the left side of your stream definition canvas, you will see the name of your stream in the navigation menu. Click on that. And in the pull-down menu, you're going to see a clone button. Click on that. We will use this clone process to update the scoring and reporting parts of our workstream. So in the pop-up menu, we're going to call it scoring and reporting. Leave the Allow Manual Start button option unchecked because it will only be used by other subprocesses. Save your changes. Now on the left side of your stream definition canvas, you will see that the name of the workstream that's in focus has changed to scoring and reporting. You can see in the Save buttons that the system recognizes it as a subprocess. Before we save it, let's make a few changes. In your stream, delete the corrective action task step. Click on it and then press your delete button. The connectors should disappear along with the... Now create a new connector between the send report step and the end step and save your subprocess. Now let's go back to the main process workstream by clicking on the stream name in the pull-down menu. Click on Safety Inspections Process. Here, delete the Calculate Score step by selecting it with your mouse and pressing your delete button. Delete the Send Report step as well. We will replace those with new smart steps. In your Stream Canvas Options navigation menu, click on the Smart Steps pull-down menu. Find Call Subprocess and drag it onto your canvas. Now in this configuration pop-up, select the subprocess that we just made from the pull-down menu. It's called Scoring and Reporting. Save your changes. We have now replaced a step in the workstream with a subprocess. Back on your stream definition canvas here, connect your steps and rearrange them if you are so inclined to make them look neat on your canvas. Save your changes. Now that we have a subprocess to filter our scores and reports, we are going to add another subprocess to update the inspection. So here in your stream definition canvas, on the top left border of your canvas options, click on the name of your stream, and in the pull-down menu, click on Add New Subprocess. Let's name it Update Inspection. We want users to be able to access this, so click on the Allow Manual Start box if it is not already checked. When you enable Manual Start, This subprocess will be available on a record's details as a process fragment that can be started or stopped on demand. If it is not checked, this subprocess would only be able to be called or used by a workstream. If you ever need help understanding what a field does, click on these question marks inside of the circle to reveal helpful information. Now, let's tell Pulpstream what form to show our user when they want to use or call this subprocess. We want to show the user the original inspection record so they can update it. To do that, here in the Record Options pull-down menu, labeled Start Form, choose the inspection form that we created for our safety inspections. Save your changes. Now, after a user submits an update to the system, we want to recalculate the score and generate a new report. We're going to call the subprocess we created earlier to do that. So in your Stream Definition Canvas navigation menu options, click on Smart Steps, find Call Subprocess, and drag that down into your canvas. Select the subprocess that we created earlier. Now connect the Start Process step to the Scoring and Reporting subprocess step. We're going to drag an endpoint here. We're going to connect it to an endpoint. And save your changes. Let's create a test record to see what a subprocess looks like on a record. From your Stream Definition Canvas, in the gear icon here, click on Create Test Record. Go ahead and go through the safety inspection form to create a test record. Give it a little bit of variety. Identify some things that are not in compliance, attach a photo, and create a corrective action. Pause the video while you do this. Now that we have a test record, let's see what our subprocess looks like in the system. Click on your records here in the purple navigation menu and click on Submitted by You. Here you'll see all of the inspections that are in process. These will be completed after a pending action such as a corrective action is completed. Now look at the Update Inspection fold here in our record accordion. It now has a yellow Start Process button. You can click on that to see the inspection form. You can also view your flow from here. Click on that gear icon, click on the flow, and you'll be able to see your flow, do a deep dive if you want to get into your sub-processes, etc. So go back to your record and click on Start Process. Your inspection form is going to pop it up. Go ahead and submit it without making any changes. And now the sub-process is running. You will be able to tell because it's now in process. So after you complete a process, the status will change to completed. The sub-process, which appears as a fold in this accordion display, shows a completed status. Because it's a sub-process, you can restart it multiple times. You can click on the record's gear icon to find the restart option here in the pull-down menu. So now that we've created our sub-processes, two questions arise. One, should we allow users to update inspections that aren't complete? If you want to, then go for it. But if you only want to allow updates to inspections that are complete, we need to tell Pulpstream to restrict that user behavior. And question number two, right now, the subprocess is appearing as a list in the detailed view of a record. And this is usually more suited for processes that take a long time to complete, such as a fraud investigation. For shorter operations, it may be better for your users to show this subprocess as an action button. Let's make that happen. Go back to your Stream Definition Canvas. And open your Update Inspection subprocess. You'll find that in the pull-down menu that displays the stream that's in focus. Here on the canvas of your subprocess, double-click the first step in the stream which is your start process form. In the pop-up menu named Process Properties, you have a few options. This Display as Action button is the one that we're interested in. Checking this will enable the subprocess to show as a button. In this Allow to Start pull-down menu, you can specify when someone can use the subprocess. So instead of enabling people to use it any time, let's make that only after a record status is complete. The Can Be Started By pull-down menu right now is blank, and this means that right now anybody can use the subprocess. Let's restrict it to only the original person who submitted the inspection. So let's select Submitter. I'm going to leave that start form the same and save our changes. Make sure you save your subprocess. Now go back to your records and access the Submitted By You tab. You'll notice that the subprocess is not shown in the records that are in process. So let's complete a task. Refresh it. And now we notice that our subprocess is available as an Update Inspection button. And this is our subprocess represented as a button called Update Inspection. If you are logged in as a user that is not the submitter of the record, then that button wouldn't be visible to you. And that's it. You've learned how to harness the power of a subprocess. At our next skill station,